Windows down on a lost highway. I'm surely bound for new mistakes. And that's a road I'm willing to take. No more riding the brakes.
Hi everyone, Linda Heldman here for Canadian Beats. I have with me on the phone, all the way from Vancouver Island, BC, Doug Folkins. Welcome, Doug.
Hi, Linda. How are you today?
I am doing great, thank you. How is
Good.
beautiful BC today?
It's really warm. We've been on a big heat stretch, but loving the summer. It's been wonderful.
Oh, it's so beautiful out there. Oh, one of these days I actually have to get out to the island to see you.
Yeah, we'll take you fishing. Come on out.
That would be great. I keep getting told by Beamer Wigley and his family, sure, come on out, come for a visit. So it's not like I wouldn't have people to visit if I came out that way.
No, that's right. There's lots of music family out here. Your CCMA family in BC.
There is definitely a lot of CCMA family out that way, and we've known each other since I want to say 2012.
I think that's right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We met at the CCMAs in Saskatoon.
Yes.
Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Yes. And a lot has happened to both of us since then, but we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you.
Oh, you're funny.
You have had such an amazing songwriting career. It's to see all the different people that you have written with and have writing credit with on albums and singles and stuff like that is just incredible. Just to throw some names out there to people who are going, who is this guy? You have written with Andrew Freelick, Ben Click, Kevin Davison, Todd Richard. Sorry, Todd.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, Todd. Beamer Wigley. Oh my goodness. Rivertown Saints, James Barker Band, Chris Buck. It goes on and on and on. What is it like writing with all these people?
Well, I mean, it's wonderful to get to write with so many different people. I do a lot of it on Skype, or I make trips down to Nashville. I've been going down to Nashville since 2014, kind of regular writing trips. And to the CCMAs since I met you in 2012. So it's all about networking and then getting a chance to meet people. And everybody has a common interest in the sense that they want to have good songs. The currency of our industry is songs. And so they're always looking to find ways to get songs that are going to break through, and it's because they want to do music for the rest of their lives, and that happens through radio play and concerts and hits. So the crucible of that is creating good songs, and over time, I think writing a lot. I've written a lot of songs and with a lot of people, but you have to constantly get better at it. And I think I work really hard on it, and I don't just write. I take courses. I have mentors. I have programs and things that I do, exercises my publisher puts me through to try to get better as I go along, and hopefully we'll see the progress in that. And I think the best songs are still ahead of me, and I think every writer will tell you that as well.
Now, August 1st is a very special day for you. You're actually releasing your first country album.
That's right. Yeah. There's a couple songwriters in Canada that really encouraged me to do this. Troy and Joni, who are legendary Canadian songwriters. Troy Coco and Joni Delorier out of Calgary. They both put out their own projects, and every time I see them, they say, "Doug, you got to do it. You got to do it." And my publisher kind of encouraged me as well. And the models that I look after for this is guys like Donovan Woods and Derek Rattan, who successful songwriters. They're songwriters first, but they're doing really well with their own music and have done really well with their music. And so it was just an opportunity to put out some of these songs. I'm really proud of these songs. I'm proud of the way that I've written them, and maybe they might not be songs that none of them are released yet. Like no one else has got these songs. So I can use this as a venue for, hey, these are some songs that are literally like demos, but they're also my take on them, and I'm really proud of the way it came out for sure.
So the album is called Riding the Brakes, and the title song is really good. I really like that one. My other favorite, not that they're not all good, but the other one that really stands out to me is No Good at Goodbyes.
Oh, cool.
I
Thanks.
really like that one.
I wrote that with this guy, Jack Williams, and he lives about 45 minutes south of Nashville towards Memphis. And he's a legendary writer. His first publishing deal was in the 60s with The Who. Not the Guess Who, The Who.
Wow.
So he was signed to a publishing deal by Roger Daltrey, and so he's got cuts of Greg Almond and all these rock and roll things that he's done. And he was with the same publishing company that I was with Lynn Gann Music Enterprises. And so Lynn and I connected, and I drove out there, and I spent the day with Jack, and I learned a lot from him. And he said when we were finished, he goes, I didn't really think we'd even write a song today. It's pretty rare when you meet someone that you can write it and you actually finish a song, but we actually finished a really good one, so it was super special, and I really, really enjoyed that day with him. It was fun.
Great. Do you have a particular favorite song from this?
I'm not sure. I mean, all my songs they have little different things. I love all these songs. Now, they all have different meanings. So Riding the Brakes, I think, is it's a redemption song. It's about if I had to do things differently, I wouldn't ride the brakes. So Riding the Brakes doesn't mean that you're going slow. It's like I would on the next time around, I would just kind of go for it and forget about the brake pedal. And so that one's really special. And again, I wrote that with this guy, Colin Elmore. He's signed with Sony down in Nashville. And he's a kind of an Americana artist, Ozarks kind of guy. And we just, another one of those days in those little houses in Nashville that have all the karma and the legends of songs that have been previously written in there over the last 50 years. And we just absorbed all the energy and we took our time and came up with this one. And we're really pleased with it. So I guess that's probably my favorite on this one. I thought maybe it's hard to pick a favorite. Wait on the Weekend is a lot of fun. It's maybe not the most deep song in terms of, but I mean you need these fun party songs as well. So. Exactly.
As a songwriter, I understand they're all your babies, and they're all special in their own unique way.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's some. I don't know, there's some real special songs that have come out even this year. Like Todd Bouchard did Still Got Hope, which is really special. And then AJ Jardine did Midnight in Bourbon, which is completely another vein of a type of song. But it's also a really, really, really special song, too. So, it's not all just stuff that I've done that I really like that are out there. And there's a bunch that I really love that are still unreleased that we're shopping. We won a song this spring in the Canadian songwriting competition called I Can't Blame Her, that I wrote with Casey Timmer, and my publisher's pushing that really hard, and that's probably my all-time favorite song that I've written. But I didn't put it on the album. We're just kind of saving it for hopefully it'll cut through and break through on its own.
Great, I love it. I have to talk about you and Kevin Davison. I was so excited when the song that the two of you wrote, When Those Sirens Are Gone, just exploded on the internet. And all the wonderful things that have happened to both of you because of that song.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was, do you want to talk about how we wrote it? Or
sure.
Yeah. It was an interesting co-write because it was one of those ones where Kevin had the idea of what he wanted to write. He wanted to write a song in particular about, first responders dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. And I'd been a first responder. I'd been a fireman and a little volunteer fire department up in the north end of Vancouver Island. I was a captain there for a few years. So I knew where he was coming from, but not that we had as much action as Kevin does in that little place where I live. But So Kevin, I just basically treated it like an interview. I was asking him questions, and he was just talking, and I would cobble together a couple lines and sing it back to him. He'd say, yeah. And we'd go a little further and cobble together a few more lines and ask him more questions, trying to just get deeper, peel the onion back, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because we weren't done. They were co-write. We hadn't finished the bridge. So Kevin had to leave. I finished the bridge. I put together a little work tape, and I sent it to Kevin. And I didn't know if he was going to like it. I didn't think we were done. And the next thing I know, he posted it online of him singing it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even send me a text that this was okay and that he liked the bridge. So it's online and it's exploding. I go, well, I guess there's no change in the lyrics now. It's kind of wrapped up. So, and I gotta say, it's done wonderful things for Kevin. I mean, it's interesting to see how one song can carry an artist. You know, make a difference. You know, he was able to do speaking engagements. That song's been in a couple documentaries now. It's got almost 700,000 views on YouTube. He made a video. It's wonderful thing for him. And I mean, it's great that I was able to co-write that with him. But I don't think that's what I'm known for. But I'm happy to, you know, as a writer, that's all you want to do is write a song that has an impact for someone else. You know, that's where the joy and the satisfaction comes from.
Yep. I absolutely love the song "Hustle and Flow" that you did on Beamer Wigley's album.
Thank you. That was fun. I mean, when you write, I write with a lot of young people, and I'm working with the small town girls now. I wrote with Beamer and Chrissy Finiak, and this girl named Hannah Grasso out of Alberta. She's young too. And so when you write with young people, it's your typical country subject matter is a lot of it's off limits because you know, they start off, they don't drive, there's no drinking, the relationship stuff is passe. So what can you write about in terms of subject matter? And this hustle and flow came out of, well, just expanding your mind and finding something. We wrote the song with busking, and it's a busker, and it can be written, sung by Beamer when he's 14 or when he's 40 or if he's 60, he can still sing that song. So that was kind of the challenge when you write with young people, young artists.
Exactly. Yeah, there's certain things, you're not going to write with, well, at the time, I think Beamer was like 13. And yeah, what do you write about?
Yeah, I mean, and his world's changed now. I mean, he's much older, and you know, he's into relationship material with Abby. And there's all kinds of stuff to write about now, but at the time, life's a little different. So, so that was fun. It was cool. I'm so happy he included it on his album. That was really a thrill to get that cut.
Well, this is where I'm old school because I love physical copies of CDs, because one of the first things I do is go and see who's written these songs.
Yeah.
Most people could care less, but for me, it's a big deal. I want to know. And I feel a very strong kinship with the songwriters that I know out there because that's what I relate to.
I know you do because I've met you and I know how passionate you are about songwriting. So it's really, you know, I know that's the case, but I'd like to hear you say that. That's awesome.
Yes. Well, we it's no secret. I love Derek Rattan, and I love Derek Rattan as a person, as an artist, but the big way that I love him the most is as a songwriter. So, yeah, he's awesome. So you actually have a spot this year with Diamonds in the Rough at the CCMAs in Hamilton.
Yeah, that's right. I've done a few of the Diamonds in the Roughs in the past, and Angie's so wonderful, and that she creates this stage and this opportunity for young artists, up and coming artists, to get some exposure. And I mean, that's actually one of the places where I find a lot of my co-writers. As we go and watch, you know, Brendan and I go and watch these stages. That's my wife, and we check it out and try to find out who's got something that's up and coming who might need some songs and want to write with. So, you know, I use that as an opportunity as a songwriter to find co-writers. Now, I am no up and coming young talent, as you know, but Angie so gracefully started to add songwriter portions to the Diamonds in the Rough showcase. So I'm happy to be on the Sunday evening as part of the songwriter portion of the Diamonds in the Rough, and it's a real thrill and an honor to play that stage.
I just, to have seen the talent that has performed on the Diamonds in the Rough stage over the years has just been incredible. And to see where some of those up-and-coming artists, how they've progressed as artists since performing Diamonds in the Rough. It's great. I love watching these young careers grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And, those artists have worked hard. Everybody who's, achieving this, some measure of success, the industry doesn't give it to anybody. The industry doesn't owe anybody anything. That's just, once you accept that you're not entitled to anything, then it really just comes down to is who's working really, really hard. And no one really fails until you quit. That's the only time you ever fail. So to see these artists who have persevered and stick with it, and now they're, becoming strong independent artists, label artists, guys are getting signed, and there's it's a constant changing of cast members. Although it may seem like the industry is really stable and the same guys get nominated every year, it's not really the case. I played a music festival. I opened for Julian Austin at a music festival in Mackenzie, BC, and this is probably 2009. And there was a young man who was just a teenager on the stage the next day playing like a 1:30 afternoon set, and I've got the poster named Brett Kissel.
Oh my goodness!
It's just it's crazy, and but times change. He's worked hard, he's persevered, and he's got the talent too. So he's getting everything he deserves. That
he does. I never tire of talking with Brett. He's an amazing young man, and he's chosen his career path choices very carefully, with a lot of great help behind him as well.
Absolutely. No one makes it alone.
Nope.
Everybody has to have a team of people helping them out. So
that's great. Doug, I can't thank you enough for talking with me today.
Well, thank you, Linda. I really appreciate you listening to the album. I know you work so hard for us independent artists and all my co-writers that you support through the years and continue to support. I really appreciate what you do and what you bring to the scene and your energy and your love. It's undeniable.
You're so welcome. Totally welcome. I know how hard it is and how hard you work, and this is just my way and Canadian Beats' way of giving back and helping get everybody recognized out there to some degree, which is great.
Well, keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Riding the Brakes is the new album, Doug Folkins, released August 1st on all streaming platforms, right? Streaming purchasing platforms.
And you can actually buy it off iTunes if anybody wants to still download something. But
awesome.
And I will get your physical copy. I do have some as well, and I'll be selling those at my shows and for mail-outs if people want to contact me, and we can take care of that.
Awesome. Well, I'll get my copy from you in September in Hamilton.
You bet.
That's great. Thanks so much, Doug. Have a great day.
Thanks, Linda.
And I am Linda Heldman for Canadian Beats.